We decided to take part in Best of Suffolk's tried and tested scheme for a couple of reasons, really. The first one, and perhaps the most obvious one, is as a benchmarking exercise. We felt quite confident in that the level of accommodation that we provided exceeded the industry standard. But it's always nice to have a fresh set of eyes, look at your property and perhaps show us areas where we might need to make improvements. Accommodation providers are often the first people that guests to the region meet, and that first impression is an important one, and we wanted to make sure that we give as good an impression of the county as we possibly can. The second reason was to try and highlight mid-Suffolk. I think when people think of Suffolk, the first area they think of is the coast, whereas our particular region has a lot to offer guests, and the fact that we could perhaps feature prominently on Best of Suffolk's website, not only just our accommodation, but our region as well, was an important decision. When the Charter family arrived, it was nice to see that there were 3 generations of them. So we were able to get a perspective of the property across parents, grandparents, and small children as well. So it gave us an idea as to whether truly the property was suitable for families of all ages. It was good to have them look at the various areas of the house and make suggestions as to what improvements we might be able to make, and also for them to tour the area a little bit as well. Often if you live in a place, sometimes you don't visit those attractions that are quite so close to you. So it was nice to get that insight as well. Since the blog was published, we've seen a flurry of bookings for autumn this year, and also 1 or 2 bookings already for 2022. Of course we have. That's really an important part of having the team here to look at the property. Fortunately for us, they were fairly small things that they pointed out, but nonetheless are important. One suggestion was that for instance, the lead on hairdryer meant that the hairdryer didn't quite reach the mirror in the bedroom. Now, it's a small thing, but it would be irritating and annoying if you were trying to dry your hair and you couldn't quite reach the mirror. So as a result of that, we've now got a hairdryer with a longer lead, and we don't have that problem. Similarly, there were other small, but in some respects significant areas where we've made improvements, and they are all things that perhaps we wouldn't have thought of or weren't immediately obvious to us.